In the last video, Pepe's price was at around 1000 and we said because it broke through this area of support, it was looking for me quite weak. Now the reason I said it was weak was because if you look at the 4 marks I pointed here, you can see here was resistance, here it acted as resistance again before it broke through. This acted as support. This should have been a decent bounce area, but we just ripped straight through. Now I was expecting it to do something like maybe bounce back up to this area of support or resistance and then go down, but it's just going all the way straight down. That's generally because of just how weak the market is today with the enhanced fears of a recession now and with the general situation in the Middle East. Something that concerns me is this RSI level on Pepe. So we can see when he had a really strong bull trend earlier this year, he reached the green level. And if you don't know, the green levels of RSI are when it's over 70, which signals very strong momentum. So we had it hit here. We had it hit here when it hit all new term highs. But this time we can see that Pepe went into this resistance area, and it's a resistance area because price has reacted 1, 2, 3 times in this roughly around this green area, and then it rejected now. But what I want to point out is that it never hit the green oversold very strong momentum level. In my experience, when you have a chart that hits resistance but doesn't hit oversold and then dumps like this, it shows incredible weakness. Another thing with the RSI I want to show you is if I just switch the colors to this version. So you can see green is when it's over 50. You can see red is when it's below 50. So green is bullish trend, red is bearish trend. So we can see the daily chart broke through support and it flipped below 50. So it flipped red, which seems to me like a downtrend has just begun for Pepe. Or maybe not just begun, but it's like a strong downtrend at the minute. There's one thing that we have on our side, and that is that it's at 36. And if you don't know, below 30 on the RSI is when it's oversold. So it'll hit like a red area here. Now I'm discounting these old red areas because this is when Pepe was a fairly new coin on Binance. But you can see since its strong uptrend, it has never hit a red level of daily RSI. Let me demonstrate what this can mean on the Bitcoin chart. So this is the most recent touches of the red RSI level for a daily Bitcoin chart. And you can see we had a fairly strong bounce. Before that, it was the same thing, red RSI level. And if you just buy and hold and leave it, it ran up. And the other previous times before that, touch and ran. This was the bottom, ran. This is close to the bottom. So if you just held on, ran. Similar here. Here, even though it went on a further downtrend during the bear market, you can see it went from 34,000 to 47,000, which is about 40-50%. So you still get nice bounces out of these red RSI touches. My expectation is that Pepe is going to dip into this green area, which is between the high 800s and 800. Now, just from when I started recording this video, Pepe is dumping even more. My expectation is it's going to dump into this green area somewhere. It's going to create a red level on the RSI for the first time in a very long time. And that will be a very good spot just to buy Pepe and then hold it for the next few weeks and months. If we get very strong bearish momentum, there's a level around here, which I think would be like an ultimate bottom. You get like, can you see these wicks here? These long wicks. Maybe you get a very long wick all the way into like this region. If you see me drawing a line, don't think of it as just like it has to hit there or it doesn't. I use the lines as like a region. So it'd be more like this in between, somewhere in between these two lines as like a final bottom. But this green area here, I would say is a good area to start scaling in. So maybe if you know how much Pepe you want to buy, say you want to buy $10,000 worth, just buy like $1,000 a day to get a good average price when it's in this green area, and you should get a good trade out of it. You can see using Kaito AI's token mindshare feature that Pepe still has the highest mindshare out of all the meme coins. And by mindshare, I mean he has the most people talking about it over social media. This just shows that even though the price is down quite a lot of people like the coin and there's a big cult around the coin. I'm a big fan of coins that have cults because they tend to rally people into the cult even further, which over time pushes price up. Another thing I like with Pepe is that it's considered beta to Ethereum. What I mean by this is when Ethereum is bullish and when it starts pumping, people prefer to long Pepe because it's like an Ethereum meme coin. So there's a higher chance to get more return from Pepe because if it's linked to Ethereum instead of longing just Ethereum itself. Now, Ethereum had its ETF launch recently, and even though the market is quite bearish at the minute, there will be a point in time when there's big inflows into the Ethereum ETFs. So I believe in turn, there will be a time when Ethereum is pumping and Pepe is pumping back higher than it is now. Let's look at our favorite cat meme coin, and that's Mr Miggles on Base Chain. If you don't follow me on Twitter, then you should do it already. But I jinxed it earlier when I said on Twitter that maybe this was the change in market structure that we were looking for Mr Miggles. It looked so good earlier. You can see this area of support. It broke through, pushed above it, so I thought it reclaimed it. And we had a retest to it, and I thought it was ready to push on now. But then once again, the market just dumped. I don't think that Mr Miggles itself is that weak. I just think the whole bearishness of the market at the minute carried it down. So because it failed to get to the purple area here and broke through this yellow line of support, we are hoping that it kind of bounces from this area now and forms some kind of double bottom in this region. If it doesn't, then it's probably going to break the low of 26.48. If that was to happen and it broke this low, somewhere below there and between 18.25 would be like an ultimate entry for me. I've already bought a lot of Miggles and I'm just buying and holding it for when base season kicks off, which I believe it will happen when Bitcoin hits all-time high, as that is usually when we get more people flowing into Coinbase and Base Chain. So I think anything here and even below here is just a massive gift. To see a change in market structure, we want it to go above the yellow line of support at around 34.30 and then push above it to the purple area and then break through. You can see from the RSI here, like I mentioned in the Pepe video, that's the 50 level I've highlighted, and the price then was here, 7,800-ish, and it's just been straight down since then. You can see here the RSI, the low here was 31, the low here is 34, the low here is 37, so even though price is pretty stagnant, it's climbing up. We call this a divergence of RSI, where it's slowly grinding up even though price is going down. What we want to see is we want to see the RSI on Mr Miggles go to the 50 area and above. That would indicate that momentum has turned bullish again. But we could be in for more short-term pain. But I believe this is a generational entry for stacking this coin for when base season inevitably kicks off. Please follow me on Twitter because at some point this week I'm going to write a big thread on why base chain will be a very big thing to happen, and how money will flow there, and how I think it will flow to meme coins and other coins on base chain. A quick look at some other coins that we've talked about previously. Now, when I talk about cults, this is a legit cult, smoking chicken fish, as it's a legalized religion in some part of America. When I first shared it, it was around 85 million market cap, I think, so it's around 50% up since then. I remember saying around this area would be a good area to load up, and that's exactly what happened. We had a fake out that went to this area here, and then this area acted as a support, and then we had another breakout, again a retest that maybe looked like another fake out, and then just look at it now, it's just gone straight vertical. This is a very strong breakout and it looks like it's just going to keep going. So it's around 125 million market cap right now. Going to Kaito, you can see it has the 6th most mine share out of all the meme coins. So Pepe is multi-billion, Doge is multi-billion, Popcat is around, I want to say 600 million market cap, Whiff is at least 1 billion, Mug is close to 1 billion, and Smoking Chicken Fish is only 100 million, and he has so much mine share. Mine share measures how many people are talking about coin, and you can see there's big accounts such as Beeple getting 100,000 impressions, 62k impressions, Another guy, 35k impressions. The meme is absolutely ridiculous, but this is what makes cults. And like I said, cults create strong meme coins. So this has broke through a very important barrier of $100 million market cap. It's very hard for coins to reach that, but once they reach that, they tend to go higher. Now, I'm getting quite sleepy, so that's going to be all I'm going to look at tonight. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and if you're panicking about the market, don't worry. I've been through this a lot of times since 2017. These are some of the best times to buy coming up. I wouldn't be surprised if Bitcoin goes to the bottom of this range now, back to around 58k, and similar to Pepe, the RSI made some kind of dip into a red area. But my expectation was always that Q4 would be the strong one, and I think the markets are still setting up for that to play out. So I'm off to bed now. If you've enjoyed this video, please give me a like and subscribe. I'm trying to grow the channel as much as I can. You have no idea how addictive it becomes making videos when you see your subscriber count going up one by one every day. And thank you to some of the nice comments I received about my analysis as well. That further motivates me to keep going. But yeah, see you on the next one.
Wow.